Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Mark Hall. Breaking now, police investigating a shooting on the 600 block of L Street in Northwest D.C. Police do not have much information to share. Our Randy Bass live in Northwest with what we know so far. Randy, what can you tell us?
Yes, Mark, very limited details here at the top of the noon hour. We are here staged at the corner of 7th and New York Avenue Northwest, right at the edge of the Washington Convention Center here. You can see that police are really focusing in on this particular scene here near the corner of 7th and L Streets, right next to the Convention Center. We do understand at this hour, though, that a U.S. Marshal was involved in this shooting. That's really all we know at this point. Not clear who fired those shots, not clear who was struck, or what the condition of the individual who was struck may be. At the same time, though, people inside the convention center here were gearing up for an event with Events DC with the mayor. They were set to celebrate the opening of a new Starbucks location here at the convention center. Not clear if that event has been impacted by the events of the morning at all. This shooting was reported between 10 and 11 o'clock this morning, we understand. But again, police not releasing many details at this point. We have seen representatives from multiple units with the DC Police Department here. They've got several blocks blocked off, pretty much the entire length of the convention center from 7th Street all the way up further up north to the north side of the convention center. The metro entrance also, I believe, is blocked off within this particular perimeter as well. Again, not very many details to share at this hour. We do understand that this shooting did involve a U.S. Marshal in some way, though not clear how they were involved. We'll be here on scene throughout the afternoon, gathering new details for you. We'll bring them to you both on air and online. In Northwest, I'm Randy Bass, DC News Now.
Our thanks to Randy. Meteorologist Damon Madsen joins us now with the latest check on the forecast. Damon, hot and muggy. What else can we say?
Mark, I think you summed it up perfectly. Yeah, we were waiting for this, I guess. It was bound to show up here at some point this month of June. We've been lucking out throughout the last several weeks, keeping it just cool enough. But today, those 90s are going to be prevalent. Now, the other thing we got to take note of, we still have a little bit of haze out there in the sky. Some of that smoke that moved in yesterday is still left over. And on top of that, with the rising temperatures, the rising humidity, all of that combined is going to lead to some slight air quality issues. So this was issued yesterday. It's in effect throughout the day today. An air quality alert stays in place along the I-95 corridor, straight into the district and all surrounding counties in Maryland and Virginia, including Prince William and Loudoun counties under that air quality alert. So those in sensitive groups, if you have breathing problems like asthma, just take it easy out there today if you possibly can, because it's already ramping up without the air quality issues. Those temperatures are something else. It's 90 already in Lexington Park. It's up to 87 in the district. And again, we have not hit 90 yet in DC in 2025. Today is the day we likely do that. We only need a few more degrees after all, and it's in the lower to middle 80s as you go to the north and west. So there you go. It's going to be a sweltering afternoon with that building heat and humidity. There is not going to be a break from this, as we do see a little bit more cloud cover, but still no rainfall in the mix just yet. So we deal with the heat. We stay dry today, but tomorrow that will be a different story. When should we be prepared for showers and storms to spark up? We'll have a full look at your forecast coming up here in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. Dozens of tanks and military vehicles made their way into the district. The Army says almost 80 tons of military might will be on display, including 28 Abrams battle tanks. Local lawmakers expressed concern over having such heavy equipment that could damage roads in the district, but Army officials say that they've added plates onto the roads for protection.
Track pads are about 2 inches thick, and they keep the metal off the road. So this is going to really help to prevent that.
6,700 soldiers will march in the parade, and many say they're excited to share their history and their hard work. The military parade in D.C. again. This is happening Saturday, and it celebrates the 250th anniversary of the United States Army and coincides with the president's 79th birthday. Preparations are already causing commuting headaches, and barricades now along Constitution Avenue, just south of the White House. Our Ben Dennis has a look at how your Saturday commute could be affected.
As horns are honking, patience is running thin. A swath of street closures are slated for downtown D.C., leading up to Saturday's military parade, some already in effect.
I can hear the impact, yes.
Rush hour Wednesday already bringing issues near the White House.
If you take the bus, I feel like it just makes the commute worse.
Head underground, that's your best bet.
Yeah.
Roads here in red, supposed to fully close Friday.
I am taking off Friday and avoiding all the headaches down here.
So my other commute should be open. If not, Metro is fine.
Constitution Avenue, just south of the White House, was shut down to traffic Wednesday. It's where military vehicles and soldiers will parade down Saturday afternoon. Lines in pink showing where no parking is allowed through Monday the 16th. Signage also posted in person.
We're preparing for an enormous turnout. Hundreds of thousands of attendees.
Earlier this week, the Secret Service describing the work being done.
The Secret Service and our partners want every attendee to be confident in their security and feel safe. That is why we are leaving no stone unturned.
Mayor Bowser urging visitors and residents take the recommendations of officials in the planning process.
So our public safety agencies are going to be called on for lots of work, lots of hours, and we're asking for everybody to heed their advice.
Our thanks to Ben Dennis, and a reminder, Reagan National shutting down flights Saturday night from 6:30 to 10 p.m. You can find a full list of changes on our website, dcnewsnow.com. Meantime, several protests are planned for the parade, including one in Arlington. Organizers say that they will line more than 5 miles of sidewalk between Roslyn and Falls Church. Some 2,000 people have already signed up to take part in the peaceful demonstration. Well, it's now Thursday afternoon, and a standoff at American University is entering its third day after a person climbed on the top of the communication tower, refuses to come down. DC News Now's Jean-Marie Sissé has the latest.
Yeah, well, the situation has stretched into day 3. A man high above the ground on the communication tower at American University directly behind me, and negotiators are working very hard to get him down safely. Now, police first responded just before 3:20 Tuesday afternoon at American University, where a person climbed on the broadcast tower on campus and refused to come down. The individual, wearing a red hoodie, jeans, and a black mask, was seen pacing around the high platform. The large emergency response led to dorm evacuations on campus, and since then, negotiators have remained on scene. Now, police say the person does not pose a threat to the community, and American University confirms normal operations will continue, but students and staff should still avoid the area around the tower. Now, MPD says they are working very hard to try to get him down from this tower. They're not sure how much longer this is going to take. We're now reporting in Northwest DC. I'm Jean-Marie Sissé, DC News Now.
Jean-Marie, thank you. Back in the district, a fire bringing in more than 100 firefighters to battle smoke and flames, and you can see the thick black smoke billowing out of the row house. 3-story home is in Northwest and First Street and Seton Place. Firefighters say the flames started to spread to nearby buildings. And we're following up on a story that we brought you yesterday about a body found in a small pond in Tysons. Fairfax County Police have now identified it to be the body of a missing teenager from Prince William County. Candace Cole is in Tysons with the latest.
Well, Fairfax County Police have confirmed that the body they pulled from the pond behind me on West Park and Galleria Drive is indeed that of 19-year-old Kyle Coleman, the missing Morehouse College student that hadn't been seen since last weekend. Now, police say Coleman went missing after he was involved in a car crash Friday night. First responders arrived to the scene of the crash just after 11 p.m. that evening, where they found an empty 2019 Toyota Yaris. Police say the car was heading westbound on Galleria Drive when it crossed over into the eastbound lane and left the road, hitting a tree. Now, Coleman was reported missing the next day. Then Sunday, police escalated Coleman's case to being a critically endangered missing person after receiving video of him before the crash. Now, police began their search for Coleman Monday and recovered his body Tuesday evening. According to police, surveillance footage revealed that Coleman left the scene of that crash and was the only person involved. Family and friends say Coleman was a leader in his community of Gainesville within the Jack and Jill Society and attended Morehouse College in Atlanta, where he was a rising sophomore. In a statement, Morehouse College says Coleman was known for his warmth, humility, and peaceful spirit, and said, quote, "May we honor Kyle's life by holding tightly to community, ambition, and peace." Now, at this point, there's no foul play suspected in Coleman's death death. However, it is still being investigated. If you know anything about that crash or what happened to him, contact Fairfax County Police. Reporting in Tyson's, Candace Cole, DC News Now.
Candace, thank you. Tensions are growing over a deal to bring the Commanders back to D.C. Under the deal, the team would invest $2.7 billion to build a new 65,000 seat stadium. The site would include parking, housing, and shops. It also has a D.C. taxpayers making a $1 billion investment. Council members have until July 15th to take an initial vote on the project, but some members say that timeline is too tight.
Will not get it done by July 15th. That's not fair. Every other major stadium deal is giving the council months.
The council can meet that date. The council has the budget. They have 70 days to work on the budget.
It's not clear if the council will delay or remove the deal from the 2026 budget. Council Chair Phil Mickelson says that that's something he does not want to do. The mayor went on to say that any uncertainty could give other cities the opportunity to swoop in. And you can see our continuing coverage of the Commander's potential return to the district on our website, dcnewsnow.com.